very nice game. It was actually my first game from Holland Spiel, so I also,
Okay.
learned I have a company. Yeah,
They,
it's not so easy to get in Europe, especially in Poland. Those
yes.
games, but I find the ways.
Yeah, unfortunately, I knew that to be the case, but Hollandspiel is a wonderful, wonderful game company. We've just had nothing but good experiences working with them, and yeah, I can highly recommend a lot of their games. They just really have a knack for putting out some very, very good stuff. And I'm not just saying that because they put White Eagle Defiant now and Brave Little Belgium.
I just picked up a couple more Hollandspiel games that someone gave me. They want me to sell them, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to sell them. I might have to just buy them from the person.
From Kevin.
Mm-hmm. So we are live now, by the way, and we're just waiting for Dave to come on. I'm hoping that this is going out on YouTube and hear it okay. So we are going to demo Last One Standing, which is my newest game. It is an unpublished game at this point. It is based on the same basic mechanics as White Eagle Defiant and Brave Little Belgium. It's almost a bit of a combination with some extra little things added in. So hopefully once Dave gets logged in, we'll have a chance for Michael and play. I don't know if I'm going to be able to play Dave because I'm handling like 4 things at one time here with the streaming, chat, and everything else. I'm
using what I thought was my more reliable laptop, and it's telling me it's loading, but I've not yet actually seen it.
Well, that's fine. I can start going over some instructions.
Say, if you don't mind. Yeah.
So let me give you the basic introduction game. So the setting, the year is 2050. Okay. And there has been extensive amount of global warming, as you can see, to the point where there's much left of the eastern part of the United States and not much left of what was the part of the United States of Mexico. There are a few cities that they did save and basically built big levees around them, so they're almost like virtual forts out in the water. And those are the cities of Washington, D.C. and New York. Most everything else they just let flood and retreated back inland. There was a big earthquake in 2032, which basically destroyed a lot of the western part of the United States. And it was after that earthquake in 2032 that out in the western part of the United States, these big monsters started first appearing. Started spotting big mounds of dirt and unexplained tunnels out in the rural areas. And in the cities of the west, they started seeing large sinkholes that destroyed many buildings. Eventually, from these mounds and out of these sinkholes, emerged giant swarms of giant ants, bus-sized spiders, and slow-moving worms the size of small buildings, and other mutated monsters. And basically decimated the West, destroyed completely the West. And a lot of the humans in America had to retreat back to the east. Initially, these creatures were thought to be unintelligent, but as they started seeing what was going on, they realized that they were actually somewhat intelligent, and they named them the Swarm. They were able to control basically everything up to about the Mississippi. The humans were able to stop them at the Mississippi. You can see there's this big bluish, whitish line in Mississippi. They built this fusion fence, and the fusion fence is connected by major forts at the different cities along the Mississippi. So all the way up in Chicago, and then St. Louis, Memphis, and then Jackson is what drives and powers this fusion fence. The bugs can't get beyond this fusion fence. No matter what they've tried, they can't get beyond it. But they've determined that if they can destroy the cities at Chicago, St. Louis, Memphis, and Jackson, that will then depower the fusion fence, and then they would be able to get beyond it. Now, it's kind of a race against time.
Do they need to destroy all 4 cities?
No, you can destroy like 2 connecting ones. Like you can destroy Chicago and you can destroy Chicago and St. Louis, and then you can move through that portion. Or if you destroy St. Louis and Memphis, you can move through that portion. While the bugs have been trying to break through this fence, and they're still trying to break through, the humans have been creating a biological agent that they have determined can destroy the swarm once and for all. And they've actually created it and been working on it at 3 separate locations. At the Centers for Disease Control down in Atlanta, up in D.C. At the Pentagon, and then up in New York at what we like to jokingly call the Swarm Prevention Institute, or the SPI in New York. And the humans know if they can get this biological agent done, they can destroy the bugs. But the bugs have about it as well, and they know that if they can destroy a couple of these cities, then they can destroy the human effort once and for all. And they won't be able to win the war. So basically, it's a race against time over this period of August 1st through August 30th, to see, can the bugs destroy the forts, get through the fusion fence, and take out 2 of 3 of the cities of Atlanta, D.C., and New York, or can the humans stop them from doing that, and if the humans can stop them, then they win the war. So this is really an all or nothing, okay? We had some mechanisms in White Eagle Defiant and in Brave Little Belgium where they had things like draws. There is no draw in this game. Either the bugs win or the humans win. And the bugs can win basically at any point as long as they get through the fusion fence and destroy 2 or 3 of those cities. If the humans can hold them off all the way through to August 30th, then the humans win. Okay? Now, the forces that you see on the board right now are the basic forces of the game. Over on the left-hand side, we'll take a look at the bugs. If Dave, you want to kind of show off some of these bugs. There are 3 different types of bugs. There's the very slow-moving worm. He's very, very powerful. Well, maybe it's a she. She's very, very powerful, but she can only move 1 spot at a time. So she's very, very, very slow-moving. But you'll notice that she has 3 dice, and she can hit on all 3 of those dice. So very powerful. The bust-sized spiders are faster but less powerful. So they can move 2 points, and you can see they roll 2 dice. And then the weakest of the bunch, but the fastest of the bunch, are the ants, who can move 3 points, but only roll 1 dice. Now, on the other side, we have the humans. And the humans basically have, 3 different types of forces. The first type of force they have, and you can take the ones, I guess, in Chicago, is what we call the shock troops. Shock troops are pretty fast. They can move about 2 movement points. And a lot of them, they vary a little bit, but a lot of them hit on 4s. Some of them hit on 5s. The heavy tanks are the other. And these are very similar to the Panzers in White Eagle Defiant, that they roll 2 dice. They move 3 movement points. And if you get on any 2 of those dice above that number, you get a hit. And then if you get a pair above that number, then you get 2 hits. Okay, so they're very similar to the Panzers. The other thing that is in the game is, of course, the forts. And the forts along the Mississippi are all 2-strength forts. You get hit twice, they're going to eliminate. And the forts at Atlanta and D.C. and New York are stronger. Those are 4 strength forts, which are similar to the ones in Brave Little Belgium. Which I don't think you've played Brave Little Belgium, so you haven't seen the forts. So every movement point you can see is 1, like all those red lines, which is 1 movement point. Okay, there is nothing else that's a move. There's no in the movement points, unlike in Brave Little Belgium and in White Eagle Defiant, where there were some movement areas that were different. The other force that I didn't mention is there are militia in this game. And the militia in this game are very similar to the militia in Brave Little Belgium. And they get placed randomly by a dice roll. And you'll see there's a little militia set up there. And they basically don't move. They just pop up in little cities that they're in. And their strength is random. So we put them in face down. We don't know their strength until the bugs encounter them. And when the bugs encounter them, then we flip them over and we determine their strength. There are some that are blank, in other words, which means that the militia just ran away. They didn't appear. And then there's some that are quite strong. They're like a roll of a 4 or better. So, before we start anything in this game, that's what we normally do, is we handle the militia. Couple more things that you need to understand this game. This game, there's 3 end markers. So in White Eagle Defiant, both of these games are pull chit games. And there's markers in both games that you pull. And some of those markers activate the army, some markers activate events, but some of those markers also bring about end of turn. In Brave Little Belgium, there were 3 of them. In White Eagle Defiant, there were 4. In this game, there's 3 of them. So that's another crucial thing. We'll talk about each of the events as we pull them. There's events the bugs. There's events that benefit the humans. But there is one event you should know about a little bit, and that is there's an event called either nuke or tremors. That with the destruction track down on the bottom. The nukes and tremors are really, really, really powerful special events. Basically, it lets you take away 1 hit point from all units in one city as long as you're a point away. So, for example, if I'm a bug and I'm in Little Rock, I could attack Memphis, and I would flip 2 of those that are there, and then the fort would take a hit as well. Same with the nukes. It goes against the bugs. The tremors go against the humans. The problem is that as you start doing more and more nukes and more tremors, you're risking environmental collapse. And so what happens is that the nukes, as you're using them, and the tremors as you're using them, push that little marker there that's currently on the nuke side along the destruction track. And this is kind of like a pressure luck type mechanism. So as if you're the person that used the tremor, we would flip this over to the tremor side, and we would move it up 1. And so then, say in the next turn, I use it, and I'm a nukes, and I put the nuke. Then we would flip it over here. But then, say you use tremor again, well, then it goes here. Well, once you start seeing dice roll appear, that means whatever it's on at the end of the turn, they have to roll 2 dice, and if they roll at or above whatever the number is, so in this case 2 6s or 2 5s or 2 4s or 2 3s, they lose the game immediately. So it's a kind of push your luck. So yeah. It's really powerful. It can be very beneficial, and sometimes you're going to want to use it. And the first couple are free, but eventually you're basically risking the end of all humanity and all bugs in the entire world by doing it. And so therefore, if you're going to be the last one to use it, you're going to risk losing the game completely. One other thing that you should know about this game is that there is no reinforcements. Whatever that you see on the board is what the humans get. Okay? So
there's no recovery.
There's no recovery. There's no reinforcements. Okay? Because this is the last of humanity. It is literally the last one. Okay? And often this game comes down to the last 1 or 2 humans trying to defend. The bugs, however, are almost infinite. So as the bugs take losses, they're like, these bugs come and attack, and say this bug is lost. We then place the bug back onto this turn track, and we put it 2 spaces down from whatever the current turn is. At that point, when that hits, they're going to come back, and it's color-coded. The blues will go into the blue area. They're going to come back. Okay? And that will be true all the way up until here, where there's no 2 spaces afterwards, and they wouldn't be able to come back. But pretty much infinite all the way down, that they're going to keep coming back, trying to constantly take over and destroy you. Because there's just tons of bugs out in the west, and there are tons of them underneath the ground, and they're just going to keep coming out of their holes and keep attacking you. So it literally is, like I said, a last one standing type game. And it's definitely a David and Goliath game, just like the other ones. In the tabletop simulator version of this, we actually did cards instead of chits for the chit pool. But in the published game, it would most likely be chits. If you notice, the Tremors and Nukes cards are actually out, and that's just simply because those don't come in until the second turn. Give people a little breathing room to begin with. That, Dave, I think is about it. Did I miss anything? Dave?
I think you did a pretty thorough job of explaining everything.
And I know Michael's familiar with the game from White Eagle Defiant, so it won't be that part. So why don't we...
I mean, there's a lot of mechanics here that are the same, so it should be a pretty easy transition.
Level is between... Go ahead, Michael.
Yeah, question. Do we have something like support in the attack, so I can attack from two hexes? One is a primary attack and the
Yes.
other is a supporting.
So in this particular game, you can stack up to 6 units in any space.
Okay.
If you're in a fort and it's a 2-strength fort, then you can stack 4. If it's a 4-strength fort, you can stack 2. Okay. There is no support in this one. We were going for a slightly easier game just because of the nature of the game. So this is much more similar to Brave Little Belgium in that you can stack more troops in to a particular spot, but you can only bring in 6. You can't overstack and do like primary and support. Okay. So that's a really good question.
Okay.
So difficulty level wise, because we removed some of that, it's kind of between Brave Little Belgium and White Eagle Defiant.
Maybe that could be a variant we add later where the bugs master the art of blitzkrieg and then support.
Yeah, this is a little bit more.
Support
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
This definitely, it's a combination of Brave Little Belgium and White Eagle Defiant. So some things are here that were present in the first game, and some from the second, and then some things like the destruction track are well, even that kind of has its roots in the previous 2 games, but it's a different mechanism. So yeah, and really the game is meant to be very tongue-in-cheek and very fun. If you know anything about American horror films from the 1950s, the old movies that pretty much had the giant bugs, ants.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's just kind of harking back to that. It's fun, but it doesn't take itself too seriously, and so I think that's what makes the game enjoyable. Because with our first 2 games, they were based on historical events, so we obviously were trying to keep the games playable and fun, but also have to keep them based in history. Here it's more casual, it's a little looser, because clearly there's no precedent for this, so you can play it any way you like, and there's no right way or wrong way to do it. It's just meant to be fun.
So, Michael, I just switched your color and put you down on the bottom of the board there. So
Fine.
Because I'm going to remain the kind of the game master, and you can see Dave's above you in the green. Do you have a preference on who you would like to play, the humans or the bugs?
I can try the bugs, but
Okay.
it's a completely different type of game.
Yeah.
I the only advice, or I guess suggestion I would say is, obviously, is the bugs are going to be more offensive, whereas
they're very offensive. No.
Yeah, well, that's the whole point of the game. Is that it's extremely offensive. So, yeah, if you want to play offense, then go for the bugs. If you're more defensive-minded, then stick with the humans. But I'm fine. I've done both, so if you want to be the bugs, that's fine with me.
Do you
I
want?
would like to try bugs, but they are completely different, and offense is fine for me.
Okay.
Okay.
So we
Works
just
for
need
me.
to set up the militia, Dave. So
you want to do the usual? I'll roll the dice, and you.
yeah, I can place them if you want. That's fine. So the militia are over in this little bag on the right hand side. So Dave's just going to read off the numbers to me, and I'm just going to go ahead and place them.
All right. So our first roll is a 1 and a 5.
A 1 and a 5 is Jackson,
Okay.
and that's a pretty good one
How
because
many militia?
there are 12, but some of them may not be placed, depending on what you roll.
With and again, Michael, I know you have not played Brave Little Belgium. Basically, the idea here is that these are local troops mustering out, and what sometimes when we roll, if you roll doubles, that means that nothing happens. So they're not, it's kind of like this is very localized. It's not reliable, so you're lucky if you get them placed where they're in a good spot, and sometimes if you roll poorly, they're not. So yeah, that's the idea behind these guys. So Second roll is a 1 and a 2.
My brain is not working. Chicago.
Oh, and
Very
I
good.
think, yeah, that's not a bad place to be. I think Ryan double check my memory here. Is it the same as Brave Little Belgium 2?
Yeah, 2.
Militia max. Okay, so if you keep rolling, and let's say you rolled 4 straight sets, you have to re-roll after the after you've placed 2 because there's a maximum 2 militia per space.
Fine.
So
That's good.
yeah. Okay. Let's see. Our next roll is a 5 and a 3.
Albany.
Next is a 2 and a 5.
Indianapolis. They're coming for Gen Con.
Yeah. 3 and a 2.
Cincinnati. My brain is really dead today. Okay, got it.
2 and a 1.
Birmingham. And the governor of Birmingham, what's the line?
In Birmingham, they love the governor.
Oh, that's it. Thank you.
4 and 3.
No relation to anything we're doing here.
No,
I just randomly spouting stuff
That's
today.
actually pretty funny. 4 and 3.
I got Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make sure you got it. 2 and 5.
That's Indianapolis again. So no more in Indianapolis.
So Indianapolis, yeah, they're maxed out. 5 and a 4.
That's Burlington.
Okay. We're still rolling, right?
Yep. I don't know how useful that one will be.
You never know. We rolled Snake Eyes, so that means nothing. Nobody gets placed for that. And
Should be 2 more.
1 and 4.
Thought I had it. Do you play a lot of TTS, Michael?
Yeah, to some extent, although I usually use Vassal, but TTS is also fine. I'm starting,
Yep.
to discover this more and more.
Yeah, for general play, Vassal is preferable, but for design work, this is really quick and easy. One more, Dave.
Okay. They both have their big pluses.
Yep.
2 and a 2, so that was
Oh.
a dud there. So
2 are out. Yes.
yeah, so 2 failures and the rest. So out of a possible, what was that, 12?
Yep.
We have 10 placements.
Yep.
And Michael, as you can see, obviously, the militia, again, due to their uncertain nature, they are unknown until a bug moves into the space, and then they're flipped over, and their strength. I think they roll the range. Some are 4s, some are 5s, and some are 6s. So.
It varies.
Varies.
And you can't look at them either. Okay.
Right.
That's
I can't.
Yeah.
As the American player or
Yeah, I'm sorry.
human player, I can't. I can't look at them until the bug attacks the space.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And that's when they'll be flipped over.
Right. So I think that was it for prep work. I think.
Yeah, I think you guys are ready to start pulling some chits and see what happens. Right?
Well, if Michael wants to, or if.
That's
So
an
we pulled from this space. Yeah.
Yep. You just pull from that and flip it over.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so that's the first thing that came up, and that is an event. And that is an event for Dave. You can see the blue color there. And that means he has a laser cannon, which in defense, any defense, he'll get +1. So Dave will just grab that and put it on his side of the table so that he knows it's there.
Let's move on.
Okay, so,
Beta.
yeah.
That's central arm.
Yep, that's the central area. And right now, we went with very generic names for the different bug and human units. There is definitely a possibility that those we could change to something a little bit more interesting. Whose dog is that?
Oh, it's my dog. Sorry about that. My wife is coming home from the store, and I'm sure there'll be some barking. So
Gotcha.
I apologize in advance.
So he can move any of his beta, and remember his troops move 2, and his
Right.
tanks move
Tanks move
3.
3. So at this point, since I'm just going to move this because I can never remember who's where. I am going to try to build up some of the defenses I have. So we're going to take the tank in Knoxville and move it 1, 2 here.
Do we have limits like in White Eagle Defiant that when you have a fort, you can have only 2 units?
Yes, sir. That was what Ryan was saying earlier. So obviously this is a 2-step fort.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
And with 6 max on stacking.
Yes.
So this would be 1, and then we have our 2 units here. So
5.
that's 5 there. And then, all right. So, and forgive me because my brain's not working.
Militia counts.
Militia do count. So
Yep.
there's 6 right there. So that's that's capped out. So that is good. So we have this. Go ahead and move that guy there. Now, obviously, the militia can't move, but I will leave that. And I think
that was an unfortunate sequence of events. You
yeah,
built
well,
your defense.
yeah, well, again, that's the beauty of the chit going that
I know. I love it. I really love this uncertainty.
Yeah,
Each game is different.
Yes, no 2 games are ever alike. I think I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave him in reserve and have these 2 as so.
I think at some point I'd like to do a different chit game with more of the Eric Lee Smith model. You know, where you activate the move and then every once in a while a combat type chit comes out and then that initiates the combat. I think I would.
Michael, have you ever played a game called Across 5 Aprils?
No, not. But I can imagine what you just said, how it works, that you have move and combat.
Yes, that game, it's an older game. It's a Victory Games Avalon Hill game. It was a chit pull game, but what was unique is that you pulled chits to move your armies, but then there was a combat chit. And that chit, when that got pulled, that's when you did your fighting. And it was always... Sometimes it was the first chit you pulled, so you had to hope that everybody was in place for combat, or sometimes it was the last, and it was you could really have your set piece battles. So it was a little bit different because here obviously you can fight as you activate each group, but yeah, that would definitely be an interesting.
That would be interesting, yeah, exactly. Especially if this combat, for example, can activate all armies.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
That was how it worked. Right. So.
Okay.
So
let me draw next one.
Yes, sir. Okay, so that's you. That's the yellow bugs in the center there.
And they need to attack. Let me just see what.
So again, the worms move 1, the spiders move 2, and the ants move 3.
And pretty much each of those stacks, I think I'm saying this correctly, they're all the same. They're composed pretty much of the same breakdown. A worm, a spider, and 2 ants. So
I think I need to attack. The forces of humans are actually without reserves and reinforcements, so I think I need to move on.
Sounds good to me.
And attack.
That's as the bug player, you kind of have no choice. You've got to get moving. So
exactly, the powerful ones goes here, and the smaller ones, the faster ones, are going here.
Okay. Definitely.
Okay, and we can go from the top, yeah.
Sure. We'll do, I think, was it St. Louis first?
Wow.
Oh, the other thing we should tell you, there is a possibility of move after combat. So that can happen. Basically like an overrun. So if you bring, it wouldn't happen in this particular instance. It's a very specific instance. And the instance is, I'm just pulling it up because every one of my games varies a little bit. I believe it's 5-1 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So, if you have 5 times more units than the defending player, and you don't lose anything, and you destroy them completely, then you can move one additional space. So just kind of
Can you
FYI.
attack after this move?
Yes,
or
you
just-
get one more attack, but you can't do it again. Okay.
Okay, kind of a overrun. Yeah.
It's like an overrun. Yep.
Yep.
It can be
Okay,
useful
so
against
let-
militia, for example.
That's a good idea. Let me take 2 dice and first roll for the spider and then
Spider,
roll
okay.
for the bugs. Yeah, so 5 plus.
Yep.
It was, what was it? Roll. Yeah. Roll. Here
You
we
need to hit on 5s or 6s. So that's
Oh,
2
fantastic.
2s. So yeah, so
Okay.
spiders
Once
weren't
again.
the,
Force.
these have to be 6s.
Better.
Okay. You did get actually got 2 hits. I'm sorry. I thought they had
Yep, 2 hits.
So all right. So I'm gonna roll for.
You can take your hits after, after.
Yes, sir.
the
Yep.
rolls.
The hits are simultaneous, so you can
Yep.
get to roll and then apply. So I'll roll for the tank first, only because that is the one where you have to roll.
Specific case, yeah.
So let's go ahead and see what we get. And so I get a hit.
One.
Good. So that's 1
Yep.
hit.
Well, it's one hit.
And let's go ahead and I'm going to roll for both of the infantry. So that's 4s or better. And nothing going there. And then the fort fires. That's 2 rolls and hits on 5 or better. And okay, so we both got 2 hits.
Yep.
Yep. So it's a
Tie goes
draw.
to the defender.
Yep. So
Okay, and this is 1 hit each back, yeah? Or is it 2? Let me just... it's
each
2.
yeah,
Okay.
everybody has they're all 2 steps. So yep, you can flip them.
And I will give you a
So
hint.
I-
I'll give you a little bit of a hint, Michael. When you're deciding what to take, who to take the hit, and when you're deciding who to take the losses, do remember that whatever ends up being a loss will be placed back, onto the turn track 2 spaces ahead.
Yes.
Come
So
back 2 turns
sometimes,
later.
like you might have like a half strength spider there or something, and you're bringing them into a battle, and you have something else, and you're thinking, well, do I take a hit on my fresh ant, or do I take my hit on my half strength spider? Well, sometimes you'll say, you know what, I'll take the hit on my half strength spider because he's coming back anyway, and then, but you want to be careful with that because do remember that they do move at different speeds. So it's real tough for the worms to get all the way across, where it's not as tough for the ants to get across. So a lot of times when I'm taking my losses, I'm taking my ants because they're quicker to get across and get back into the action.
I think I will do exactly this, and 1 out. He will be killed, and I need to retreat, I think, yeah?
Yep.
Just like in Mighty Blow.
That is correct.
Retreat, and can I no, okay, I want to retreat here.
You retreat from the space from which you attacked.
Yeah. Okay, so we have an interesting case here because we have militia and no
Right.
tanks. Fair armor. Sorry, I forgot.
Yes.
Don't-
So here we
Militia.
will reveal the militia, and it's a
Wow,
5.
nice one.
Okay.
Yeah,
So not too bad.
not
That's
bad.
mid-range. Yep. So you want to go ahead and roll again?
Okay. Yep. Let me roll for the spider. So 5 plus. No, spiders are not good this time.
Yeah.
Is it the spider or is it you? Come on.
One
Alright.
hit. Okay,
One hit.
fine.
Okay, so let's see. I will roll first. So interestingly enough, I actually have an infantry that's 5 and the militia is 5. So let me roll for both of those first and get them done. So these have to be either 5s or 6s, and they didn't do anything. So that's that. Then I have the tank. So I'll roll those 2 and see what I get. 1 hit for the tank.
1 hit, yeah.
Then I have, I do have 1 fort infantry. Let me roll for him. Let's see what happens there. That's a hit, so that's 2.
Yeah.
And then this is the roll for the fort. Gotta be 5s or better. Whoa, 4 hits.
4 hits.
Yeah, that was
Woof!
pretty rough.
Hey,
Pretty rough for the bugs. And you know what? It just dawned on me. I have a laser cannon, which I forgot. So, but I'll
yeah.
save that for later. So you
Okay.
said that I
So
had one hit,
actually,
right?
so I will destroy 2 ants, which will be able to catch up with the rest of the team pretty quickly.
Yes, because that's actually, yeah, that's very important. Is remembering, the farther you push into the east, your reinforcements will have to travel farther to get to the. There's no strategic movement in this game, so.
Okay. What
The,
happens if, for example, human is occupying both those reinforcement points for the backs? Oh, they still appear and
Yeah, if
immediate.
no. So if so, say they're occupying one, then they would come in on the other. If they're occupying both, which is it can happen. It's not very
I
likely,
think
but it
it
can
actually
happen.
happened for the first time in our last.
Yeah, they would. You would.
had-
You just take the. So right now the bug there is on the 7th, on August 7th, 8th, 9th. You would just move it down the 10th through the 12th, and then theoretically that bug could then come back at
Okay.
that point.
It just gets bumped up.
It could just get bumps up. Hmm.
Okay.
It doesn't happen a whole
Let's,
lot, but it is a bad. It's not a bad scheme for
course.
the human, but
Right.
it's really difficult to cover all those spots. You might get
Yeah,
one,
definitely.
but or two, but it's really difficult because you're really trying to prevent them from getting over that fence and back to you on the other side.
Right.
Yeah, it's an edge case, what I found them happening in the games, but that's why I'm asking.
No, no, that's a good point.
Sure. Well, and that's why it's certainly a strategy you can play as the humans, but it's risky because the bug casualties come back, human casualties don't. So
Yep.
Exactly. And you can be simply cut off from the rest of the forces and destroyed. Yeah. Let's move on. Let me draw. So I should probably move it.
I took care of it before you there. Yeah.
Yeah, in the actual what would be the published game, you would take those end turns and put them onto the board themselves, like you do in White Eagle and Brave. But because we did it as cards and like this, we just did another marker.
Holy moly, it's a roly-poly. Wow.
So that's one of yours. That's a +1 in defense for you.
But the
If I
name.
had you, that's it. So
We're still that was one of our
Yeah.
best ones that we came up with for the events.
yeah.
I
One of
need
our
to do the
favorites.
picture of it. He saw the sound.
Okay.
I think.
I see it as this gigantic roly-poly that just doesn't move and sits in front of wherever your troops are, and they're just like firing at him, and he's just taking these hits because he's got this big
Now, see, that's
roly-poly
exactly
shell.
the opposite. That's the opposite of what I envisioned.
Did
I
ya?
envisioned him a true roly-poly, that he rolls himself up and he's just rolling around the battlefield, squishing the humans.
Oh, okay, that's a good one too.
I mean, but either one works. I
Yeah,
guess.
I like that.
Either way, it's not good for the.
So let me be a more concentrated now. I would love to have even +1 to attack. Probably there is something like this somewhere.
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't have the
Oh,
plus.
60.
You don't have the +1 on offense. That's
Okay.
a different one. You only have +1 on defense.
That's a better odds now.
And I actually, because you're throwing this much, and I don't really have a whole
Yeah,
lot.
you
there,
will use it. Yeah.
I'm going to use my my laser cannon.
+1 to defense. Fine.
Okay.
That's
So go ahead and
wise.
roll first.
Okay, let me go. 4 dice for ants. Better this time. +4.
Oh,
Much better. 3 hits.
yeah.
Much
I'd say
better.
75% hits. Yeah.
I
Now
feel.
the spiders. So it will be a 5+.
Four rolls. Yep. 5s and 6s.
Ah.
Well,
Okay.
Not so good
I
there.
think you need to have a talk with your spiders. They're not.
Yeah,
I-
definitely. Oh,
They're not. They're not up to task.
Do you
Okay.
do you speak spider? I don't know.
I don't even know what spider is.
Yeah.
So I am going to roll first the 2-4 infantry, so they will hit on a 3 or better since I have my.
Exactly.
So looking for 1 hit for the 2-4s, and then I'm going to roll for the militia. He will roll on a 5 or 6, and he totally missed. And then I have the fort, which is a 5, so that's 2 dice, 4 or better. With
Okay, so
only 1 hit there. So I only got 2 hits on you. You have 3 hits on me. So
Ooh.
I will kill the bug, the spider. Sorry, because I think.
now
that's
in
not
this
strong enough
case,
for it.
and we don't have
Will
the
you need
map.
to retreat?
No, what I was just going to say is
Okay.
that this is kind of the same principle that you are now laying siege to the fort. I'm sure we'll have something where we draw a little space for the
Okay.
siege forces, but for the moment, you can go ahead and just place those on top of my guys as soon as I am done
Fine.
looking.
You can always
Yep.
you can always cock them a little bit, so it shows that they are on top.
Yeah, just set them.
Yeah, eventually we'll
Yeah.
get a production map that has that in there.
Do you need to? Okay, so I don't remember now the rules exactly, but in White Eagle Defiant, didn't you have to retreat with your armies? And I was besieging the fort.
No,
Just-
no. There's 2 spaces in
Okay.
White Eagle Defiant. There's the fort city space, and then there's a little gray space
Okay.
next
yes,
to
I
it.
could go to the.
You would just put in that
Yeah.
into that gray space. There is no gray space
Exactly.
here, so you're just going to put them nearby so that we know that they are besieging.
Right.
In fact, if you would have seen the original
let me
map,
draw.
if you would have seen the original map for White Eagle Defiant, that one did not have siege spaces either. No. So.
Yeah, we came up with that afterward.
Well, we came up with it with the brave little Belgium. It's just that I'm lazy when I make my map apparently, and I don't put in the siege spaces.
So that is actually
Humans.
well, that's why it's a preview. Although they're very nicely done previews.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
So, oh god, it's beautiful. Drone strike. That is for me if I decide to attack and I'm taking the whole stack.
Hmm?
We don't want to do that.
You just want the one on top.
And then I'm trying to.
I feel like a television producer. I'm sitting here watching these screens. I'm watching the tabletop simulator. I'm watching the OBS. I'm watching the chat and the YouTube, and kind of flipping back and forth between these screens, watching you play. I feel like I need a couple more monitors to have all these windows.
Well, I think I can't. How do I pick it up? This is kind of silly, but
Maybe draw. Just right.
If you do it like
I draw it.
I-
Okay, I
yeah.
got it.
thank you, Michael. There you go.
there you go.
Let me move to the next one.
Gamma.
Gamma.
Cool. That's my guys down here in the south. So
Now he does have roly poly down there, Dave. So
right.
um, this is, and I gotta pull this up, but this is similar to. No, it's not. I'm sorry. Never mind. The roly poly only is the +1 in defense. It's the wasps that allow them to fight back. So, like in the other games, he could use his fort to fire against you, and you would not have a fire back unless you have
Okay.
wasps. That's the one you want to have that will allow you to fire back. That's similar to in White Eagle Defiant, the Stukas, I believe.
Okay, yeah.
And it's similar in Brave Little Belgium, it's the Big Bertha.
Okay.
Let me see.
I don't know if he's going to choose to do that or not, but he can if he wants to.
Yeah, I actually think I'm going to keep everybody in Birmingham. So tight. So
You're- So what are you going to do with Jackson?
And you can fire with your fort.
Yeah, I'm just gonna fire with what's in there already. So let's see. I think it's
2.
I think it's actually all 5s now.
Are you?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, you're doing a complete
No,
attack,
no.
or are you doing a just a fort
I
attack?
was trying to figure. I'm sorry. I was trying to figure out what the fort was. It's 2 5s.
2 5s. Mm-hmm.
See if we get any lucky hits. Oh, we did get 1 hit. So
That's
1
good.
hit on the bugs.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just see. Who do I have here? I think the spider will take it.
And while you guys were sitting here playing the game and I was observing
Yeah,
and talking, I am also using my new Oregon counter clipper to clip one of my games.
Oh,
So I just
Oh,
clip.
are you
I just
getting sponsor money there, Ryan?
well, yeah, maybe. I just clipped the old Decision World War One game. You know.
Oh, the which one? The 90s version or the brand new?
Yeah, no. The 90s version. I don't have the new version. The 90s version is the one I have in the little box with the
little
cover.
thin box.
Yeah, the thin box with the cover with the guys
box.
coming out of the trench. That's the one I have. Which that picture has been used on a couple different games. That was also in.
oh,
That picture was also used in. What's the Hollandspiel game? The World War One. Big Push.
Oh.
Big Push.
Big push. Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so your northern bugs can
yep.
come in.
To move exactly. So again, let me move those 2, and let's do the attack with all others here. Interesting. Oh, wait. Okay, my move done. And let's check the
Reveal.
militia. Oh,
Okay. So
a nice one.
that's the best militia you can get. So, all right. So go ahead, Michael, and
Rolling 4 ants, 4 dice. 4 plus 2.
2 hits.
Okay.
Yep.
That's actually expected value. And now 5 plus for the spiders, yes.
Oof! Look at that army.
Oh,
You need to talk to your guys.
Those spiders.
oh no.
They clearly didn't come prepared. So
Okay.
wow. All right, so I'll roll for the militia first, since that's the only one I have that's a 4. And that's 1 hit. And then I will roll for my 2 infantries. I guess they could have rolled for all of them.
Yeah.
They're 4 as well. I know nothing happened there. And then the 4.
Oh.
So
okay.
only 1 hit. So, and how many hits total for Michael?
You have 2.
Okay. Well then, let's see. We will pull back militia. Flip. All right. So
Whoa.
my wife's coming out now, so yeah, it's gonna get a little noisy.
Okay. So I will stay here.
Do you want to mute yourself temporarily, Dave?
Yeah, hang on.
We're gonna mute Dave temporarily.
Just
God,
question, Ryan. I
Sure.
cannot move farther, yeah, from Chicago.
No. You cannot move any further. You,
Barrier. No.
yeah, he still has forces there, and that fence is still up. So we can still hear you. We can still hear you, Dave.
no, I just unplugged my mic, so I as soon as I warned them that when you were coming home, they would bark.
Does Dave know we can still hear him? he unplugged his mic, but he's got a laptop, and with the laptop, I think it's still coming through. You know.
Okay.
Let me see if I can mute him. That's a good idea. That's an excellent idea. Yes, I can mute him temporarily. There we go. Okay, he's muted for right now. Good suggestion. Of course, when he wants to get back on, I won't be able to hear him.
Yeah, cards.
So how you doing? Okay, so yeah, what I was trying to say was, yeah, you can't advance past any of those places until you've destroyed the fort completely. And he's got forces there anyway, preventing you from moving forward. So you gotta take out a couple of those forts first. And it's Dave, right?
I managed to mute Dave.
Yeah.
Dave
Let me
is
see if he.
out, yeah.
Dave, are you back?
Who's that? That what do you call it?
Nope. Okay, I'm muting him again until he can come back. He has 2 dogs, and I think they went a little crazy there. So how is everything for you, though? Good.
Good. The things are, taking into consideration the situation and everything, it's pretty good.
Good.
Actually, this weekend I have chance to also meet with my family.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually playing with you guys, not from my usual computer and place, but from the other city. The games actually give me also some, time to take the thoughts off, every day, things, and I really like the board games.
Cool.
It's also why I started my blog, because I wanted to write about it. I want to share the things we do, some kind
Gotcha.
of a session, some kind of reviews, and so on. It's really
Cool.
great thing.
Now, do you want to tell
And I
everybody?
wrote
Do you want to
for-
tell everybody you're the Board Games Chronicle, right?
Yeah, exactly. The idea was that I played with my friends a lot, and I started a blog, kind of a chronicle of our games. Just to be able to come back to this, to see what we played, how it went. I love it, and the guys also love it. And it started to develop. It started to grow. I get to know more and more games. I started to do the reviews, sometimes some unboxings. This is also a good example. I started to also attend the cons and things like this. So, it became my passion, and now it's developing further. Yeah.
Cool. Let me
So
see.
I'm playing now games which are not published yet. That's great.
Let me try Dave again. Dave,
Yeah,
are
I'm
you
here.
are you back?
Yeah.
So we had to mute you because you pulled the mic out, but that activated the microphone on your laptop.
You know what? I didn't even see. I don't have my because I'm in Tabletop Simulator.
Uh-huh.
I don't have my control panel open.
Okay. You didn't say anything bad. We were worried because you started talking to your wife, and we're like, we better mute this. It is your turn to move as alpha, by the way, I believe.
So, I'm kind of curious. First of all, is that a blog you run, or is it a YouTube channel? What is it?
It's a blog. It's a blog. Not being, let's say, the native English speaker, is much easier to write for me than just to speak. And it just
Sure.
started as a kind of chronicle of ours. Meetings with the friends and playing the games. So I run the blog for now. In English, I ran it for 4 years. In Polish, actually, I ran it for 7.5 years. So
Wow.
it's my passion, to do it, to write about it. I have a lot of fun from this.
And what do you do for a living besides writing a blog? Or maybe
I'm IT specialist,
Okay.
working in IT company, providing the services for various other business-related companies. So I'm
Cool.
pretty close to everything related to computers.
cool.
I think one of the most common jobs these days, everything connected to IT, that or the other way.
Yes. I mean, a lot of the guys that I play with are all into computers. It seems to that way to me anyway. So it seems to be very common among board game players, definitely, if not among the entire population.
Yeah,
I just teach it. I don't actually do it. I just teach it. So
oh, great.
How long have you been playing war games?
How long have you been playing? Oh, 20 years, 25 years, But of course it was developing. I was playing some Polish games first. They are mainly focused on World War II, sometimes on World War I. when I started to play the GMT games. They were the first one available in Poland after the communist collapse. And now I am discovering all other, designers and developers and publishers, with those smaller ones too. So whatever is possible to get in Poland or via some channel, in Europe, I'm trying to get it. Yeah.
Well, you have that one
Discovering
design.
a lot of-
You have that one designer, developer, publisher in Poland who releases all those games, and I can't remember his name offhand.
He's prolific, yeah. And in fact, I've been curious because he's just recently started a series on, I think it's the island battles in the Pacific. That would be interesting.
Wojciech Zalewski, you mean?
Yes.
Tactical Strategia, yeah?
That's the one. That's the
So
one.
actually,
Yeah,
Yeah. I actually was writing for this magazine for some time, creating the scenarios and so on. Yeah. So
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
he's like a very potent designer.
And then isn't the other company out of Poland as well? That did, at least the one guy is. I could be wrong on this. That redid like Hannibal and redid.
yeah, of course, Phalanx.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Phalanx.
Yeah,
Thank
they are
you.
also-
Right, yeah.
although they are located in, I think their office is now in London.
Okay, but I know that.
Yarrow is actually the guy who is running
Yes.
this company.
Yes.
And exactly. They did the U-boat, they did the Hannibal,
Yep.
actually. Yeah. So,
And I guess the new one, Successors, is that the new one? Are they doing that one as well?
yeah, I'm waiting for this. I actually supported it on Kickstarter, but late and I can't wait to get it, yeah.
Cool. Cool. Okay, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt with all the talk. I just was curious. How you doing, Dave, with Alpha
Sure.
there?
I'm done. I'm done with moving. I know we're on.
You should fire with your fort, I think, yes?
Yeah.
In Chicago.
I always forget the fort. Thank you.
It's
Great.
5+.
Two fives. And,
Fantastic.
Two fives.
One
wow.
spider left. No, you are making a space for my giant worms killing those.
Oh, I see. Is that how it works? Make some space for him, Dave, by killing off his other guys.
The spider has not hit anything, any spider in this run.
You should demote all of them.
Not one spider has hit, period. No, I don't think they have. That's pretty bad.
All the blanks.
Okay, let me draw the next. Oh, sorry. I should not flip everything. In attack, fire at 4. Oh.
Yeah, that's the one you wanted before that you didn't get.
Mhm.
And that's what happens,
because I-
unfortunately.
It's fine. And this will be after. Exactly. Okay, so we should put those things here back. Let me do the screenshot how we are doing. Ryan, would you mind if I put some of the pictures on my blog?
Oh, no, no, of
this
course.
Game? Of course, they
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. So,
Maybe
yeah, let
the
me.
version, so
I probably should tell you the status of this game, and let everybody else know that's listening to this. So, because we actually did run a streaming of this before when Dave and I were playtesting. Playtesting for this internally is complete, and we're pretty comfortable in this game. I mean, the playtesting on these games go a lot easier. Now that I'm on the third game of this one, Brave Little Belgium and required more than I would say White Eagle Defiant did, and this one doesn't require as much. So we have sent this out to a publisher to consider,
Okay.
and they received it not that long ago, and we're waiting to hear back to see if it's something that they want to publish. So that's kind
Okay.
of the state of it right now, and as soon as I hear something, either yay or nay, I'll let everybody know, and then we'll go from there. We're fingers crossed, though. Hopefully this will be our third
Yep.
game out there for release.
So
Okay,
obviously, it's only one turn, but what do you think so far?
That's pretty interesting. A completely different theme. Being this factor that you cannot have your forces as a human recovered I think it will really show its impact later during the game.
Oh yeah.
Because for now it's just fighting here and back, you know. I think the game would have a different feeling the longer you play it, the more turns went, you know. So
Well, we have
it will
time.
be very interesting.
Did you actually guys get through the last end of turn?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We must not have been moving the low end of
So-
turn there. So we're gonna go restock the pile, and this time we're gonna put in the tremors, and we're gonna put in the nuke so that those also can be drawn.
Okay. Okay, could you do it?
Yeah, sure.
Put them here.
Let's see if I can get these all to just flip and go back together nicely. There's a way to do that. Group. There they go.
And then you can shuffle them, yeah?
Yep.
Somehow.
Yep. I'm going
Ah,
to
yeah,
shuffle.
there's-
Yeah. Oh, there it
Okay.
is. Let me shuffle them. Let me shuffle them. Shuffle, shuffle. Okay, we are good to go. So whoever wants to
Okay.
draw for the first one, go ahead.
Go ahead, Michael.
I can draw. Yep. No problem. Flip. Alpha. That's nice.
Blue guys at the
It's
top.
really nice. Let me just think how I would like to play. I will leave ants. I will take 2 bucks and I will move back this way. So I don't believe in him. Okay, let me just show what we have here. So I will roll 4 dice on 4 plus rolling. 3 hits, good. Then I will roll 6 dice on 5 plus.
And you actually only need one more hit to eliminate
Mhm.
the other. So, Oh, yeah.
Okay, 4 more
Here,
hits.
I-
Okay.
yeah.
There's that. That one. Woof, that was quick.
Here we'll go for the single 4.
Mhm. Hit.
The single 5.
Hit.
Going down, fighting. This is for the 4.
Wow.
Yeah, I
4
don't do
hit.
that. Ryan will tell you I'm a notoriously bad die roller, so that was unusually good for me.
So you had 4 hits, Dave. How many hits did he have?
He had enough to wipe out the whole.
I had also 4 hits.
Oh.
Both of us had 4 hits. That
But
was
you
crazy.
wiped out everything, so you get to stay. You don't need to
Exactly.
retreat or anything. You still cannot move forward because
Right.
that fusion fence is still operational because of the fort at St. Louis. So in order to be able to move
Not
forward,
both here, yeah?
in order to be able to move forward on any of those points, what was that?
2 adjacent spaces.
What were those little dancing
Okay,
things? Yeah.
And I can move south, yes? I cannot move on this path here.
No, you cannot.
From Chicago. Okay, fine.
I've never seen those arrows before. How are you doing that?
I was just looking at myself.
Tabulator. Tabulator, yeah.
What is it called?
Just tabulator, tab.
Oh, okay. Oh, tab. Oh, okay.
That's very useful in TTS. Very useful.
Oh, okay. I'm like, I saw these dancing things. I didn't know what they were. I thought they were little babies at first. And then I'm like, no, they're arrows. You gotta remember, my screen is very zoomed out because I'm trying to give the people on YouTube the ability to see everything going on. And I'm like, what is that? Yeah. So yeah, you can't move on anything to the east of the fusion fence until you destroy that fort at St. Louis.
Okay, let me draw the next card.
Oh.
Oh, drone strike. Can I attack him? Which is
Indeed.
not bad. because,
Fantastic
but-
job shuffling those cards, Ryan.
I can't help it. That's just what this game shuffled.
Yeah.
I see now that a concentrated attack might be a better idea in this game than just plating it. But still, I need to do those two attacks here. There's no other choice. And just hoping to eventually prevail. Wow, so many units here. Okay, it will take some time.
Well, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You could do it. And you got 5 dice on the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do it. You just need to roll really well.
Okay, so we start in the north. So we start with the ant, 1 dice, rolling 4 plus.
That's not going to do it.
Okay, and the spider and the great back. So this
Yeah,
is 5
5
dice.
dice.
So rolling 5 dice. And here they are. Plus.
That's only 2.
Okay, so hit back, Dave.
So, and they have. Right, so
1,
you have
2, 3, 4, 5s.
yeah,
And 2 4s.
Yeah.
That's 1 hit.
Mm-hmm. You have 4 5s, yeah?
Yep,
4
4 5s.
Yeah,
Whoa.
Whoa.
Well, it's 1 5. I don't know what the last one was out there, Dave.
yeah, it's a 1. Right. So that was.
That was
Two
2
hits,
hits.
two.
2 and 2.
Sorry,
So he will have to retreat.
And I will kill the spider because it's only the large bug who hit. Let's assume so.
Yes, your spiders aren't very good, so
Yeah.
keep them in the back.
Let them go back and think about their.
Okay, southern part, 5 dice.
Come on. I'm rooting for
yeah.
you here. I'm rooting for you here. Oh, there we go. Almost. You needed one more, but almost.
All right. So let me roll the tank first.
Oh, no, he's got flips. So 1, 2, 1, 2, yeah. Yeah, that would have been pretty tough.
1 hit with the tank. I have 1 4 infantry, so that.
Second hit.
And we have 3 5s.
Three
Three
hits.
hits. There goes. That one is flipped,
Yep.
and he moves back.
Yep. No, you had 4 hits. You had 3, so you won't have to retreat if you don't want to.
Okay. Sorry. Yes, I will stay. I think I will stay.
Yep, you're fine.
Okay. 4 hits.
We good.
Okay, so let me draw the next card. A laser card. Nice. Gamma. So gamma attacks before I have his +1 to attack. Okay. Let me see what do I have here. I think it will be a pretty nice thing to attack that way. The spider back.
Well, Gamma is. That's me.
That's him.
Ah, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
No,
I'm sorry.
It's okay. That's why we kind of wondering. We're trying to figure out the culture.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
what was that Jackson? Just those 5 right there?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
the
5.
and the 2 worms were back? Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is.
Of course.
Use my.
And you can fire with your fort. Ah, you will be attacking. Wow.
Oh, he's going after you.
Yeah, I see.
Well, you only have, single die rolls there on each of those. I mean, there's some powerful ones, but still.
I'll roll my tank first. Since it's a yeah,
Oof.
No.
big fat nothing. And I have 1, 2. All right. Well, let me roll the 1-4 infantry.
Yep.
So far, this is really not turning out well.
1, 2, 3,
wait a minute.
4.
Well, you know what was that? Was that a 3? Okay, that actually.
3 plus. This is hit. This is hit. Yeah.
That's a hit.
Yeah. This is fine.
That's 1 hit, so that's that. Okay, and then let's see. We have
4. 4 5s. 4 5s.
4 5s.
Well, 4 4 4s.
4s, right?
That's 2 hits total, right?
2 hits too.
Okay, so let me also roll. I have first the spider with 5. That would be an amazing roll, but it is not. If he only hit, and I have 4 ants, 4 plus. Okay, so the spider goes,
And I'm sorry.
and 1 ant is.
How many hits total did you get, Michael?
2. Have 2 hits.
Did you already take your losses? Did you take your losses, Michael?
Yes. I
So
killed the spider and flip 1 ant.
Since it was 2-2 and you were a defender, yeah, you can stay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because it was a draw in
Mhm. Yep.
Let me draw the next card.
Okay, so you take that immediately. That's yours. Now, here's the rules with this.
Okay.
If you want, you can use it now, and you can use it on any city that is within 1 space of you. So it can be the city you're in, but if you do use it on the city you're in, you take the hits as well. So, for example, like say you wanted to attack Nashville, you could use it on Nashville, even though because you have some forces in Memphis.
Yep.
Because this is the first time it would be used, there's no consequence to it. Now you can wait and use it. It can be used at any time during this turn. I forget how I wrote the language on that, but let me read it real quickly. It can be played immediately upon being drawn or any time prior to the beginning of any action. So prior to a movement, prior to battle, prior to advance after battle, prior to any sort of action that the other person, either you take or the other person might take. Okay, so it's really up to you. Now if you don't use it and he draws the third end of turn, then you lose it, of course.
Okay, just thinking. I already activated the North and Central Bucks armies. I will still have the Southern Army, and there will be the Central Army still moving. Okay,
Maybe if you don't draw end of turns before then.
Maybe, of course. Of course. And Jackson is how much?
Now, because you're in Jackson, you would take the hits as well. So just FYI.
Sure.
Just to give you guys a heads up, I'm going to have to cut out in like about 5 minutes.
Okay, I can take over if need be.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you are going to not be able to come back at 5. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're going to be doing some housework.
Okay.
But I will be on for tomorrow.
At 2.
At 2.
Yep.
Now, Michael, are you doing either of the White Eagle Defiance or?
I have not signed up for it's today in like 4 hours. I will see if I can do it. It will be already middle of the night for me, but
Right.
I might join.
The
We have another
if
one
you
tomorrow.
yeah, I was gonna say if you could do the one tomorrow, that's even better.
Yeah.
Because the one today I have 3 people. One tomorrow I think I only have 1.
Yeah.
Okay, I see if I can make it. I'm still traveling this weekend. That's another
Sure.
complication, but I would love to
Okay.
because
We would-
I really like.
Yeah, maybe you should come today because you probably know the rules better than I do at this point. I'm gonna have to reread them before I play today.
Yeah, with so many games, which
Oh,
are
we could
kind of a
design it.
similar, you
Yeah.
need.
Yeah, you start
Right.
forgetting sometimes which. Well, is that one the 8 stacking or the 6 stacking or the 4? You know, you start forgetting sometimes. You know. And
Oh, I will use this tremor,
okay.
so I will use it on the Birmingham. I think these are the 3 units,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken. So this is a really nice spot, and the militia is probably.
And
I
that.
looked at this to see what it was. So it was a 6, so not a very effective. But it's still a loss.
I'm more thinking long term about
Yeah.
because the green ones, the green bugs are moving in a one pack, unlike the others. So I think it's kind of a interesting approach. Of course, it's the farthest road to the Washington and New York, but it's probably my biggest chance to
But you could try to take out
finally
Atlanta
go
with them
there.
Right.
Yeah.
because you only need to take 2 of the 3. You know, that would be a real challenging game if we made you take 3 of the 3. That's for the expert bug.
That's the,
You know,
bug
you can
count.
do additional, version. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an alternate version.
Holy moly!
Yeah, you could actually ramp this game up difficulty-wise if you did 3 out of 3. If you did push the destruction track so it started up a little ways, that would really, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh, and here
Oh,
we go.
nukes! Oh my god, that's
Is he going to use them? No, we don't know.
of
Sure.
course here.
Oh, that's right, because that's a destroyed city. Yes, that's the best place, Dave.
I don't mind,
Let's
Michael. Go
put the
ahead.
nukes here.
There you go. Now the
Let
net.
me flip all of them.
Yep, there you go. Now the next Tremor and
that was
nukes is not going to be free, so
Right.
that's going to require rolls.
We had our free nuke in Tremor.
Exactly.
After this, we're either going to blow the Earth out of orbit or crack it in half. And
Yep.
fall this-
Alpha, come back and take.
And they can take Chicago back.
Oh, he doesn't care about Chicago. Oh, he does. Look,
Or,
look at him.
uh,
Because I'm about to sign off, and you're going to take over full time.
So you make this bad move and then you make me take over. I see how this is. Jeez. And he's gonna have +1 defense if he wants.
yeah, I would love to. Definitely.
Figures.
Holy moly is come.
Figures. Nice job, Dave.
Well, it's the least I can do. So I'm going to roll for each tank individually.
Oh, you are rolling for this one. Okay.
So
That's a hit.
One hit,
1 hit.
2 hits.
2. So 3 total. 3 total.
I don't know why. Ignore that one.
No, that's 3 hits total.
5.
No,
3
just
hits.
3 hits
It
total.
only can be 2 if they match.
If they match.
So roll 2 5s or 2 6s or 2 4s.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When it's a 5 and a 6, I can only count 1. So
Okay, so
total
3.
3 hits.
3 hits. Yes, sir.
3 hits, and I will
1,
roll
2,
1,
3,
2,
4,
6
5,
dice.
6. 6 5s.
6 5s. Really,
4.
4s are better, right? 4s are better.
Yeah, 6 4s. Mm-hmm. 3, 4.
I see 4 there.
4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
copped, but it'll be a 4.
You actually won that guy.
See.
Having how many killed? 3 of them. Yeah.
Told you that was a bad idea, Dave.
Well, you'll figure it out, Roman.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. I told him not to do that. Okay, Dave. See you later. If you get done early and you want to come in at 5, come in at 5. But I think you're going to be.
Well, I don't think that'll be. But I will definitely be on tomorrow at 2.
Okay.
Michael, if I don't talk to you tomorrow, it was a pleasure meeting you. Are you on Facebook at all?
Yeah, I am on Facebook. Ryan, maybe you can send also the link to my blog to
Are you
Dave.
friends
So
with
correct.
Brian?
Yep.
Okay.
That's easy enough.
Then I'll connect with you there. But again, thank
Thank
you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed our game, and I hope you guys have a good time. And Brian, I'll talk to you later.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay.
Thanks.
I will pull another card, I guess. Let's see what we got.
Of course. Wow.
You got wasps. So those help.
Yeah, that's good. And now I need the green.
Yep,
Yes.
there it is, green.
So I need to destroy all of those forces in Jackson, to be quite honest, because I just go through this barrier finally. I know that the Memphis is still in my way.
There you go. So you're going to use the +1 on attack, so you're good to go there.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oof, you got 6 forces in there. Oof. Okay. I don't have much to roll here.
Yeah, plus the spider. But oh wait.
Yeah,
It's
so
Dave who left.
yeah, 7 4s.
So let me roll.
There you go.
Roll.
Oof. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Well, that will take out. That will remove all the troops. Let's see what the
So I
rest.
don't need to.
Well, you
I
do
should-
need. You
I
do
should
need.
have
That's going to take care of the troops, but it's not going to take care of the fort. So roll for the fort now. 3 3s. I lost one. Yeah, you got it.
Okay.
So that's going to destroy the
Yeah.
whole thing. Let me see what I get in a counter roll. But yeah, that will destroy the everything there. So here's my tank. My tank gets 1 hit. Here's my fort. My fort gets 1 hit. And then this one, roll.
Is it up?
So I got 2 hits. But as you said, you did destroy everything in the process. So I'm going to take and remove all my forces.
Here.
You still can't get through though, unfortunately, because you don't have Memphis. You still need to get.
A question. I destroyed the city.
Mm-hmm.
If I move out here, and there will be your forces there, and I conquer Memphis, would this barrier still disappear? Or I need
Yes.
to
Yes.
have
No, this is a
forces?
destroy, not control. Okay.
Okay.
This is a little different. Like in Legal Defiant, it's about control. In Brave Little Belgium, it's about destroying the forts. This one also is about destroying the forts. So you're just trying to get them destroyed. You destroyed that one. You destroyed Jackson. You destroyed Chicago. So you've got to destroy either St. Louis or Memphis or both in order to start getting your forces through. Okay.
Indeed.
Let's draw.
Okay,
Let's
please
draw another card. Oh, I drew all of them. So beta. What do I have beta? There must be something underneath here. So I got that,
There's a lot of forces.
that, and that. I got that and that. Okay. And I got that and that, and you have nothing there. I'm going to take him and put him there. And I'm going to take him and bring him in here. And then we'll do a little battle here. I don't know why that one rotated. We'll do a little battle here. I don't think I have any other betas anywhere.
Yes, that's all.
I think that's it at this point, because I think you destroyed the other ones. So,
the losses are here. You can see.
Yeah, I think that's the case.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to fire at that guy there. So I got 1, 2, 3 from my fort. I mean, from my fort and the 1 troop. So I'll roll that first. And I got a hit. So that's all I needed was 1 hit there. So you get to roll in return.
Yeah, and is done.
No, you do get a roll though. Don't forget
Yep,
to do your
two
roll.
dice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, but nothing.
Oh,
I'll take it.
exactly.
I'll take it.
Hit a nuke there. Okay, so let's draw further. Yep.
It should be 2 ended turns left, if they've not been drawn yet. I believe it should be 2 ended turns. Yep, and that's it. Okay, so I'm going to reset. Oh,
So shall I put my bugs back? I think. because
yes,
they will
and they're
be
color
now-
coded, so put them back in the places where they would go color coded.
I will think whether. It should
Yep.
be-
Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. You can put it in either one.
Mhm.
Okay, so I think we're good to go at this point. Yep. Yep, thank you for doing that. Okay, so let's draw. Alpha, that's me.
Mhm. Kill those big buck in Chicago.
No, I'm actually going to do.
But-
I'm going to do different than what Dave did. I don't know what he was doing. I'm going to retreat. You kidding? I want some.
Okay,
I want some
beef up.
forces back up in here to beef up a little bit. You know.
That's actually a good strategy. In St. Louis, you are pretty tough with forces, and yeah, the Northern Army had some losses. Let me just see how the losses are looking.
Okay. Yep. I think that is it from me. That's a pinkish one. And the only red one is that one.
So
Okay, yep, I am good. Okay, I'm going to draw again. Yeah, you've destroyed a lot of my guys. End of
I'm
turn?
just checking, yeah. That's really disturbing lockdown. I will use it immediately.
Okay.
And the use will be in Memphis or St. Louis. Let me just check. Well, I know it's risky.
Yeah, this is not a free one at this point.
Yeah.
They're about equal. I mean, the one's a little worse than the other. You eliminate that one guy in.
I need to go with St. Louis, I think, because.
Oh yeah. There's another guy there. I didn't see there was another
Yeah.
guy there. Yeah, definitely do that one then.
Oh, so no, it's Memphis.
So you're gonna do.
So
You're.
I need
You're.
Memphis, but first I need to roll dice.
No. The roll will happen at the end of the
I
turn. At the end of the turn.
Okay.
Because I could still do nukes, and if I choose to do nukes, then you won't have to roll. You see what I'm saying?
Yep. And I can still, can I still win the game if I occupy 2 out of 3 before the end of turn? Is it automatic victory, or is it checked at the end?
You have to destroy 2 out of 3. So Atlanta,
So if I
Washington,
Mhm.
New York, you got to destroy 2 out of 3. Now, if you destroy 2 out of 3 of those, and you did do a nuke that turn, you still have to roll for the nuke. And
Okay,
if
so
you
I
roll the
see.
nuke and the nuke and you destroy the world, then you still lose. So you got to be aware of
makes
that.
sense.
Yep, you got to be aware of that because basically, like, you won the battle, but you lost the war because you destroyed the world. So, okay. So that was the tremors, and we took care of that. So you're on the you're gonna have to roll this if I don't, unless I use nukes, which there's nukes. And I'm actually going to hold on to it for now. And then I'll decide whether to use it or not a little later. I'm not going to use it right now. And then you get the wasps. And then B, that's you.
And that's what I needed.
That's what you needed. Mm-hmm.
So I will start with those guys here. And they have 3 move.
That's correct.
It's already weakened. The Memphis, yeah. So
Yeah, I'm only going to get a 1-4 and 1-5, so, you know.
And here, this auto attack here.
So you want to start there.
Yeah, this is one, so I need 2 hits. Yeah, definitely. I need to win here. I need to win here.
How do you turn off the?
Because
How do you turn off this tab thing? Oh, I see. You put it back on the grab. I got it. Okay.
Okay.
Like you're gonna use wasps. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I want to destroy here because then I can move through
Okay.
jumps.
Well, let me. I'll roll. I'll roll for my tank,
What? Yep.
and I'll roll for the fort. And I got 1 hit.
Go for. Yep. And I have 3 dice. Let me roll. It's 1 hit. Okay. Good. I used it. 2 hits. Otherwise, I would not destroy the Memphis.
Okay, so I had
So
1
have
hit.
Yeah. So now I can move through the barrier.
You can move through Memphis and Jackson, those areas there. You still can't move through the further north one, St. Louis, unless you destroy me here.
Let me attack. So 1 roll for Ant. 1 die. Okay, nothing. And now the large bag.
Mm-hmm. Oof.
Nothing.
So I get 3, and I'll do the 3 first. At 5. So I got 1 hit.
Hit.
And then I'll do the tank. 2 hits.
So I will take that guy out.
And you got
He
retreat.
retreats.
Now, you don't really need that city. I mean, you can go through the other cities. You know, you don't, at this point. I mean, if you want to use that southern route, but you still can't go between St. Louis and Chicago because you haven't destroyed that. So the only place you can actually move is Memphis and Jackson. So let's draw another card. What do you say? Oh, I don't want to draw all of them. Laser cannon for me. End of turn.
Oh.
Now, there is not a mechanism for extending the turn in this game. Basically, if we do get 3 end of turns and you haven't activated everything, or I haven't activated everything, then what happens is you can pick one of the ones that is left over that didn't get drawn, and then that would get, you just hold on to it, and then that goes first in the next turn. Okay?
Oh, that's nice mechanics. Okay. Okay, so I have my so that's those guys. They will go forwards. Actually, think at this. 1, 2, 3. How much? I will go here. The ants will go 1, 2, 3.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. That is legal.
No. To do something differently.
Mm-hmm. And then you bring that, go those guys in.
Yes.
Okay. So I need to
I
decide.
got the BNB group.
Mm-hmm.
Pukes, so I rather spread a little. And
I will use my defense on the southern attack.
okay.
So that will mean I can roll a
So
3 and a 5.
I am rolling for those large bags. 6 dice
Mm-hmm.
plus.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I see 1 hit. Is there another one down there? What
I
is
don't know
that?
what
What
is
is? It's a 5. So that's 2 hits. There was a 5.
Okay.
So you had 2 hits, so you're good. So let me see if I can hit you in return. Miss. And miss. Okay, because I was...
Be hit.
No, but I was doing the 3 and then the 5. So that was a 4. So
Okay.
that's 3 and 5. So that was I should have announced it. I do apologize, but that is a miss.
No.
So
The south is break.
yep, but you still got to get Atlanta. You know, you still got to get
Okay,
Atlanta.
so now my attack here in Frankfurt.
Yep, I'll roll mine.
This is 2 4s.
I get 1 5.
Yep, sure, the one.
I got a miss. And you get 2 4s
Okay,
and
so
a
I have
5.
4.
That's a hit.
Hit, and 5 will be here.
Nope.
1 hit. It's getting interesting, definitely. But what I said, once you move through this barrier, the game is much more, how to say,
Oh, it opens up.
maneuverable.
Yeah, yeah.
Much more maneuverable.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah,
kind of
so
stuck before you can get through the barrier. Then it really opens up, and you get much more maneuverability. But then that also means that I gotta spread my forces out and put them into like little chunks and try to stop you. So I don't have a lot of stuff going there when I'm doing
And
that.
my path from reinforcements area to the front is much longer. I cannot hit so quickly. I cannot move them so quickly. Only ants are very quick, but the rest will move slowly. That's interesting. Very nice.
I got to figure out whether I want to use this nuke or not. There's 5 cards left, and one of them is an end of turn. And I think there's a couple events in there, and there's a couple more activations. And I'm trying to decide whether to use it. I'm going to draw instead of using it. Yep. I don't want the whole deck. I just want one. Gamma. I don't think there's much gamma left. You destroyed that. I got gamma here.
Indeed.
I think that's it.
You should stay.
I think I'm going to stay. I don't think I'm going to do much else there. I don't think there's any other gamma anywhere. Okay, let's draw another one. End of turn. So that can happen. So I'm gonna move my stuff in. You're gonna lose Holy Moly, but we do get to look at the rest of the deck because there's a drone strike. There's a beta and an alpha. So the question is, do you want to keep that alpha to activate first in the next turn, or do you want it to be added back into the deck? I'm definitely going to take beta. I think. Well, no, you know what? I'm not. It doesn't actually help me, so I'm just going to put it back in.
We will take alpha.
You're going to take alpha.
Like to do something with something.
All right, just put it. I'll just drag it, and we'll put it down in your pile in here, so we know you have it.
Okay.
Now, before we do anything else, you have to roll 2 dice. And you do not want to get 2 6s.
Indeed. Okay, let me roll.
Okay, fair enough. So you are safe. The world did not end. You didn't open the mantle of the earth or something like that. So I'm going to shuffle these again. You go ahead and place your new forces that came back. Yeah, it's often good to flip them, before you put them in there. But I guess it doesn't matter.
Yep.
Just watch stacking.
I will check them up.
Yeah, just watch stacking.
Yeah, I will check them up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's always enough that you can stack in 2 spots, but it can get tight otherwise.
It's one guy. Okay, I should have enough space here. I'd rather put them here. Okay. How much space?
That's only 4.
Okay, 4 of them.
5, 6. There you go. Good. That worked.
Okay, so we are back. So I can play now alpha, or how is it going?
Well, I'm
Is
gonna
it
do I'm gonna do
yes,
one I'm gonna do one little thing here, and I'm gonna just rotate this slightly, just so we know that you did roll. That way we don't think
Okay.
that you got to roll again on the next turn. I'll rotate it back if you use tremors or I use nukes, but I don't want it to come to the end of the turn and you'd be like, oh, did I roll? Do I need to roll? So, but yeah, you get to take that and activate alpha first before I can do anything. And I will state, if for some reason I did take, like if I had taken the other card, the swarm always goes first.
Okay. Okay. I think I still will be attacking St. Louis. I need to simply destroy those forces. Third.
I understand.
them.
I mean, it's not 100% necessary, but it does limit what you can do movement-wise, And so that does make sense.
And also you can build a big 6-unit stacks to defend Washington and New York, yeah. And that's what I want to prevent. I want simply
Okay, let me see what I got here. Okay, well, I mean, I got a little bit of a force here to try to resist against you.
Yeah.
I got three fives. I'll roll to my 3 5s and see what happens.
Mhm.
That's good. And then I'll roll for the tank. So 2 hits so far. I don't think we've had any doubles for the tank yet. So just 3 hits. 3 hits.
Free.
Yep.
3 hits. So
Yep.
my ants first, the force. A 1. And how do you check?
If you
the
hover
number of
over
the
it,
one which-
it's a 5.
Okay,
If you hover
so
over it,
this
it
is
tells
3
you.
hits. Okay.
Okay.
And now the spider and large bug. This is 5 dice. 1 more die. Sorry, that one. I should not. Okay, doesn't matter. So this is 4 hits. 1 hit is here, yeah, with 6.
So you got 1 additional hit, so 4
I
total.
simply roll.
Is that what you're saying?
Uh,
Okay. So the fort.
Spider.
So the fort's still standing, but you did get rid of all the forces there. Okay, good. I will draw another card. Holy moly, it's a roly-poly.
Okay,
Tremors.
mm,
It's up to you. Keep or use or save.
There are no large stacks of forces, I feel.
Well, you could use it in Atlanta,
It's a mag
2
bucks there.
because I have 2 forces there plus the fort, so that would knock those to half strength, and that would knock Atlanta down by 1.
Okay, I will use.
So that's
So
a.
let me move it here. And
I can't shake them. Yep. So now you have. Let me change this.
okay, I moved it here, but you need to rotate
Yep.
the tremor.
Yep. I'll take care of that. Okay, so we're good there, and we'll rotate that back right a little bit. There you go. Okay, so you lost that. So yeah, that does weaken Atlanta a little bit. So
Forgot this is a 4 steps fort now.
yeah, that's a
Yeah,
4-step
because-
fort. So I got a laser cannon +1 in defense, so that's going to come in handy when you try to attack Atlanta. Alpha. Ugh, you've been killing my alpha back here. Well, you know what? Maybe I should just keep retreating. I'll leave it like that for right now. I'm not going to go on the offensive. And I don't think there's anything in these
Okay.
underneath these militias. Let me just double check and make sure there's not anything. Because I came into the game late, I wasn't paying attention as well as I probably should have when, Dave was moving stuff around. Okay, let's draw another card and see what happens. End of turn.
And
I'm okay with that. I'll take as many end of turns as I can get. Drone strike in an attack. C. Greens. That's what you wanted.
for sure those guys go here.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have nukes? No, you don't have nukes yet. I think I will move those guys south.
Yeah, that's the other thing that you need to be really careful about is having nukes, having
Yep.
tremors, and keeping large groups of people together. You know, obviously, then the temptation is for the individual to throw the nuke at the large group. So that can really.
You are correct.
So I'm not saying to not do it. It's just it's a balancing act. It's a balancing act. Do you put a large group in for attack or do you
I
not?
think
You know.
the north was good idea, and I will stick with this.
All right. Well,
idea.
I'm definitely bringing in. I mean, if you're attacking Atlanta, I'm definitely bringing in the laser cannons.
Okay, let's do the Atlanta first.
So I'm definitely bringing those in.
Like
So
6 dice. Let me roll.
yeah,
for
go
my...
ahead. Go ahead. That's 3 hits.
But not bad.
Not bad. And I'm going to roll for the fort. So that would be 3 4s. Oh, I got 1 4.
Yep.
I got 2 4s. So that's 2 hits.
I
And I got a 4 and a 6. So let me I don't want to roll all those. I just want to roll this one. 4 hit,
hit.
6 miss. So that was what, 3 hits for me, and how many for you? 3.
Each.
3 for each. So I'm going to remove all my forces, and I got to rotate this, and you have to retreat your guy. But you almost got that.
I moved.
Yeah, I mean you're almost
Yeah.
you almost got it. I mean that's one of 2. So let's draw another. Oh, we got another thing. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. I forgot we had another attack up here. Sorry about that.
It's
4. I need to roll a 4.
yep, so rolling. Right. Ah, okay.
My 4 is a miss.
Okay, I'm rolling my 5. The
Mhm.
spider.
Mm-hmm. Miss.
Never. They never. Of course. And 2 ants. Yeah, rolling them. 1 hit, please. 1 hit.
Oh, there you go.
2 hits.
Yep,
Nice.
there you go. Okay, so that's 2 hits there.
Still pretty.
Okay.
There is no overrun because it's
No, that,
1.
yep.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm sorry, but that you now know that was a gamma. But the only gamma I have anyway is this fort left, so I'm not going to do anything, obviously, with my gamma. I don't think I have any other gamma forces anywhere. B, yellows.
Zeros. I think there is fort here, but I can only bring 1 more unit here. So
1,
I
2,
will have to do
yep.
it. Yes.
Okay, and so you can activate the 1 worm against me. You wouldn't be able to activate the blues, but yeah.
I will attack militia.
Mm-hmm.
Now the game is really open.
No, it's very open, yep. It does open up. I mean, you're doing extremely well. I don't know that I've seen the bugs do this well this early. So you're doing very, very well. Now, it can start dragging out. We'll see what happens. We'll be about to the middle after this turn, next turn coming up. So, which one? Which one we doing? We're doing. Okay, go ahead, roll. You go ahead, roll.
3.
So 2 hits. So
2 hits.
that would destroy it.
Very important.
And I'm going to fire back, and I got 2 hits as well.
Nice, very nice.
But that destroys that, so you're going to have much more freedom to get through there as well. So I think you destroyed all the middle forts, didn't you? All the Mississippi forts. Yes. Okay, good. Okay. We got another battle, right?
Let's see who is there.
Blank. He's a blank. Let me check something on that. As I sit here and hum. Did you already move all those guys the maximum that they could move?
Yes.
Okay, then it doesn't matter. Okay. All right, then that's all the battles? Yes? Okay, so there's 5 more cards. And beta.
But-
Is there anything left on beta? Or have you destroyed all my betas? I think you have.
No, I don't- Any of them. Wow.
I think you destroyed all my betas. Because you've destroyed everything from the Mississippi over to the west. And
Yeah.
I think all I have left are red. And the one fort.
Yep.
Well. Ah.
Oh.
Well, that's interesting. So, but if I use this, I drop down to a 5. But it may be worthwhile to use, just simply because, you know, oh, I didn't mean to rotate that one. You have 3 there.
3 there, 3 here. More here in Birmingham, I think. Yeah, there would be more of them.
Yeah, I'm probably going to use the nukes. There's only 2 there.
No, only 2 of them. I thought it's more of them. Wow.
And you said there was 3 here.
There is like 5 in St. Louis. Yeah, there is 5
Yeah.
in St. Louis. That's what
I don't know if I want to use it there, though. I'm going to wait. For right now, I'll risk it. Wasps.
Okay.
For you.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's an end of turn. So I think the last one is going to be an end of turn because there's only, I believe, 1 card left. So do I want to use the nukes and risk a roll? I almost feel like I need to just because of what you got going on here.
I would do it.
Yeah, I know you would do it because you're like, oh, he's going to lose anyway.
No, 5. It's probably still worth risking if you can inflict like from 3 to 5 hits. Yeah, so
I'll use it on the greens here.
Okay.
Those are the closest to New York and Washington, so. And I'll draw the last card, which I believe is a end of turn. Yes, it is. Okay, so because of that, I have to move up the thing, so I need to flip that, and I am there. So I will be making the roll. You got out of making the roll. So.
Okay.
So you lucked out there. Let me flip those over and shuffle. And I'm going to make a roll. First, wish me luck. Hey, 2 1s. Look at that.
Better.
2 1s. So I'm going to rotate it slightly so that we know that I did roll.
Sure.
That's not slightly. There's slightly. Yeah, you go ahead and place your forces.
Yep.
And you already moved the game turn? It looks like you did.
Yep.
So we're in the 5th. So we're into the middle here. Into the middle turns here. So let's see what happens. I'll draw another card. B. Hey, do you have a 2 o'clock session?
No, I can still play.
It's up to you. I mean, we had set 2 hours. I didn't want to keep you more than 2 hours, so it's really up to you. Normally the game doesn't take 2 hours, but because of all the explanation and everything, it took longer than.
I would play still. Maybe I will not have time till the end, but let's.
Okay, yeah. Let's see what happens. I mean, you're getting so close. I feel like you could probably knock it out in a couple turns, but sometimes these last couple turns really draw out. I will tell you that Dave had a very bad militia draw. Because he didn't get any militia to the west of the Mississippi, and a lot of time
I was not here at all. Yeah, exactly.
he didn't get anything there, and that would have been very beneficial to him as well. So just another thing to think about in the game.
I'm moving this guy here.
Is that an ant or a spider?
And
Is that it? That's a spider.
Oh, sorry. So I will move only here. Yeah. I mixed it.
That's okay.
Mhm.
I can't see as well because I have it zoomed out so that people can see everything going on. Normally I would zoom in a little bit more so I could see everything, but I wanted everyone to be able to see what's going on if they're watching or if they're going to rewatch it later on. Okay.
So only one attack. It's like double. Let's see the militia. Whoa.
That's a dud. That's a 4 for me. I'll roll my 4. Come on, 4. 4.
Nice.
Hit.
Yep. Okay, I will roll my 2 4s.
Oh, you did it. Okay,
Enough.
that's enough.
Dead.
But at least it stops you for moving even further, you know. It's a little road bump there. Man, I don't have much left at all. I'm going to probably just have to retreat my forces in and be done. And you're going to be attacking the forts.
Exactly.
I'm going to draw. He's like, that's why I want to stay. I got this game. Nukes! Nukes! Oh, what are we going to do with the nukes? Oh my goodness, you got me surrounded down here, down Atlanta. Oh, I can't even hit your guys in Pittsburgh. I'm not one space away from any of them. I can hit the green ones in Charleston. I still got a militia out here, so I could still hit these guys out here. I think if there's 3 here, I'll take. Oh, there's only 2.
Maybe in Birmingham.
That's what you said last time. No, it's only 2.
No. Yeah.
And then there's only. Well, you know what? I mean, you're doing a good job of spacing apart. You know, I'll get rid of these 2.
You will delete those 2. Okay.
Yep, those 2 are gone.
I would, because hitting the yellows doesn't make sense. They already moved.
So I need to move it up to 6, and I'm going to rotate that so I know that I'm on the hook for rolling. So I'm going to draw another card, and it is beta. I don't even have beta, so we're going to continue on. Alpha, I do have.
That's good for you.
I'm going to move him back up into there. You get the roly-poly, which probably will not come into play at all at this point. End turn. Laser cannon, that helps me. Wasp, that definitely helped you. Gamma is gone, unless you come and attack me. Drone strike. No, we're going quickly through these. End turn.
Good.
Tremors.
Tremors. No, I will not use it.
You would be up to 4s. You'd have to roll on a 4. That's getting pretty risky. That's what? That's like 50%. C.
Goes for Atlanta. This. Do I use wasps? Yes, I need to use. Probably I will not use anything else. On anything else, yeah, this turn.
So I'm going to be hitting on 2 4s.
So please roll.
I'll go ahead and roll on 2 4s. Oof.
No.
No comment on that one. Oof.
It's good roll for nukes, you know, at the end of turn.
Yeah, it would be for that.
Rolling 6 4s.
Oh my god. Gosh,
It's done.
that is way done. Alright, hold on. My goodness. Okie dokie. So that's 1 of 2.
Atlanta.
Okay, 1 of 2 you've gotten so far. You ready for me to draw another one? I'm
Yeah, go on.
I'm hoping for end of turn. Yep, there it is. So this must be your activation. Am I right? A. So do you want A to start off the next turn?
Yeah, definitely I would like to.
If I survive the nuclear roll, that is.
What is it? 2 5s? 2 5s. Okay.
Yep, I'm going to roll it in just a second. I'm just shuffling. 2 5s. Oh, yeah. Good to go.
4.
Yep, 2 and a 4. Okay, there we go. So go ahead and advance and replace any men that you have. Did you? Unless you already did that. No, you didn't do that yet. So
I did not.
Yep.
Let me quickly do it. I
Mhm.
will be need to finishing. No, let's do this one more turn.
okay, that's fair enough.
Okay.
Hey, you might be able to get it in this last turn. I'll be really impressed if you get in this last turn. This will be the soonest I've seen
Don't be
bugs.
possible. But let's see.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I'm just saying. I mean, that will be the quickest I've seen the bugs do it. Most of the time, it comes up to like the last turn. It's literally like, you know, a couple bugs and the last fort, and you know, trying to duke it out.
Okay, let me move with A. So this
Please.
goes 1. This goes 1, 2, 3. That one also goes 3.
Got a lot of ants down there.
And one more.
Looks good to me.
And
That's it.
Yep.
Okay, let's
Well,
drag another card. I mean, there's not much I can do, so the cards are going to go pretty fast. Wasps to you.
Oh, very good.
I mean, I of course want laser cannons if I can get them. Yay! There we go. Look at that. Beta, nothing. I don't believe. Alpha, they're staying pat. C.
C. C moves here. Actually, the greens will be attacking. Need to attack with this one guy.
Just one guy.
There's here 1, 2, 3. That all greens because I think 2 are.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was like,
They were-
where are the rest of your ants? You should have more ants than that. But yeah, I got you. So
Very
I got a 5, a 6, and 4 5s. So that's 5 5s and a 6.
Okay, go on. You should probably eliminate this unit.
I'm not going to use my defense, the laser cannon. Okay. Because I'm thinking I can get a 5 here. And I'm wrong. I didn't get a single 5.
Oh,
Let's
no.
see if I can get a 6. Come on, 6.
Okay,
Did I get 6? Nope, I got 0 hits.
okay, rolling mine.
Mm-hmm. So,
Oh.
yeah, it's a tie. You have to still go back. But I would have liked to have at least eliminated the guy. Okay,
Sure.
so let me draw another one. End of turn, babe. Yeah, look at that. So this is getting interesting. Tremors.
I'm using tremors on Washington DC.
Oh, wow.
Definitely.
Okay.
I know.
I'll fix this.
I will use it there.
Okay. Washington, D.C.? Okay, so that will
Yeah,
take out one of my guys. I'll flip this guy. And then this guy will rotate. And we'll pop that guy back in. Alright.
Mhm.
So let's draw again and see what else we get. Holy moly, it's a roly-poly. Drone strike, which does not help me at all. Gamma, which does not help me at all. And end turn.
Ah,
So let's see what is in the rest of this. B
yep.
and nukes. So do you want the B?
I would.
Okay, go ahead, take the B while I
will take
replenish
B.
the.
I will put it.
I'll replenish the deck while you take the B.
And I do the roll.
You need to do a roll, and we're talking fours
Yeah.
this time.
Let's see. Okay, big roll.
Oh! Okay. Do you want to do one more turn since that was a fast one?
Let's do one more.
Okay.
Okay.
Just make sure you flip those guys.
Flip.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Okay. So B. B is going first. I'll shuffle. I don't think I shuffled.
Yes, B is going first. The B will be attacking, of course. I will go here now.
Hard to get those worms in, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to get those worms into
Okay.
DC. Oh, I didn't mean to move the fort.
It's far.
So I got 3 5s and 1 6. I'll roll my 3 5s. Oh, I just flipped the militia. I missed on all of them. And a 6. I missed.
For me,
Mm-hmm.
rolling
1 hit.
1 hit.
Well, that at least gets rid of that guy, so everything else is going to be on the fort. And you can stay since you're sieging. And I'll go ahead and draw another
Okay,
card because I think that ended everything for that. C, green guys.
Let me check what's here.
I don't think you have 6 there, but I could be wrong. Oh, you might have.
I had 1 punch. So let me move this yellow because I was moving yellows. Back. They actually are within the reach, so I think this is completely fine. Yeah. 1, 2.
Okay, so I
Okay.
have, I believe, 2 5s underneath there, if I'm not mistaken. So you don't even need to do. Oh no, 3 5s. So let me roll that. I'm not hitting anything with these, but I'm going to try again. I got 1 hit. You can wipe it out on this turn.
Let's see. These are spiders, you remember?
Mm-hmm.
4 5s. 1
Yep.
hit.
1 hit. Is that all you got?
1 4. Yeah, and 1 4. No, 1 hit. Only 1 hit.
And remind you had already rolled last turn on the. We never rotated this. Let me just rotate that.
Yeah, yeah. And this is a
1 2.
draw, so I can move. Yeah.
I got 1
Uh,
hit. Yep. So I don't know how many are
if I-
there. You're gonna have to start displacing
have-
some people.
Okay, killing them, you mean?
Not killing them.
I-
Just you're gonna have to move them back. So the green guys have to come back. Okay. So the green guys have to come back to that
Yeah.
spot.
Let me.
So what was the total there, number-wise? Well, that now.
It's 4, and I can leave 2 ants of this. This is 6,
And how many you have down there?
and here is
Okay, you're fine.
4. Okay.
Yeah, just keep moving those back. That one back, and you're good. Yep, you're good.
Fine.
Okay, we'll draw another one.
Let's move on.
Tremors.
No, not using it now.
Gamma. End turn.
Also very
Wasps. Interesting. Nukes. What is going on with my phone? Oh, interesting. I'll hold on to that for now. End turn.
Okay.
There's not much left here. Alpha. But you would be able to fire back on me, so I'm not going to use it. Drone strike. A.
Off.
Lucked out there. Now watch out with stacking. What do you got in Washington, D.C. stacking-wise? Just 3? 2. Okay. So you can bring in 4.
But... And using, of course.
Well, move all your other blues first.
Would I do it? Yes, I might.
Just in case you don't, you know. I think you're going to win on this, but just in case you don't. Okay. So
Okay,
I
so
get 2 5s, which I've not been lucky at all. So I'll roll my 2 5s, and I got a 1 and a 1. So you need 2 hits and you win the game.
So I have 3 frees.
Mm-hmm.
I think 3 frees.
Ah, there it is. You win the
No.
game. Let me flip them. Good for you. I think that's the quickest I saw the bugs ever win. 5, 6, 7th turn. That was good. You played a good game.
Thank you.
I
Fun game too.
might have
Really-
played some things a little differently than Dave did originally, but I thought he did fine initially. He was trying to fortify and then try to pull back, which is a good strategy. But I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, very, very much. It was fun playing. The mechanics from White Eagle Defiant are really good for this, so it was really fun to play and to familiarize with the game.
Oh, good, good. Well,
Thank you very much.
keep your fingers crossed that it does get picked up, and that this is going to be one that gets published. And give the people your blog again, so they know where to go to look you up.
Yeah, I will definitely do.
So
Need to run now. Thank you very
you're the Board Games Chronicles, right?
exactly.
Okay,
The board game is Chronicle. Exactly.
good. Take care.
It-
Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Thank you.